All right, we're going to tell you an extraordinary success story. The top Black-owned wine company in the United States. It is in every way a family business, founded by two sisters, Robin and Andréa McBride. When you picture a family business, maybe you are imagining them growing up as children, the shared dream, planning out their life's work and accomplishment. Well, they did both have their childhood dreams, but there was nothing shared about it. In fact, neither one of them knew the other existed. It wasn't until 1999 that these two women learned that they shared the same biological father. Robin, 25, living in Monterey, California. Andréa, 16, being raised in New Zealand, clear across the world. They met soon after. Look at this picture. Oh, this just gives my heart, oh my goodness, such a hug. They met soon after that, and that's when their passion for the wine business transformed their separate dreams into a shared life's work together. Since then, they have been putting together the pieces that would become the McBride Sisters Collection, as we said, the largest Black-owned wine company in the United States. Those sisters, Robin and Andréa McBride, join us now for some Black girl magic. Hey, girls, how you doing?
Hey, how are you?
We need to point out, right, don't we, Andréa, that we met before. We had met in a previous incarnation of my TV history.
Yes.
And I wanted to make sure to introduce the world to you two. And also, by the way, everybody knows about you now, Robin. You guys have been doing things since we last connected.
Yeah, absolutely. Since, I don't know how long ago it was. It was a few years ago
6-7 years ago, maybe.
It was a few years ago. But yeah, definitely, we've seen a huge amount of success, and our wine community has grown, our distribution has grown. It's really been a very exciting past few years. And you can actually see, I think, on Andrea's, on her Zoom background there, we have a very exciting, there it is, nomination,
American Winery of the Year 2021. I mean, but I kind of don't even want to get to that because there's so much to talk about. Because again, we might be introducing people to you that haven't heard the backstory, which I tried to kind of highlight there. And Andréa, I know I just like truncated like a lifetime of your history.
It's a big story.
But right, is it? But this idea of finding each other when you didn't even know each other was missing. Is it like finding out you find a missing piece of your heart that you didn't know was missing?
Absolutely. You know, Rob and I always talk about that we feel like we're, you know, two puzzle pieces. And when we met, it was just such an incredible instant bond. Something that we absolutely treasure and do not take for granted. And we just feel really blessed and really lucky, you know, to be able to have been connected, completely changed our lives for the better. And we just can't imagine life without each other now.
I imagine there was a time, Robin, that you felt like we've got to make up for lost time, but now we have the present, so let's just make the best of it. If I remember correctly, you discovered you both really liked wine, and wow, let's do something with this.
Yeah, I mean, our story is very much one. First of all, we don't think there's any such thing as coincidence.
Yeah, me neither.
But once we learned about each other and we met for the first time and we got to understand where each of us grew up and what our backgrounds were, we were like, wow, that's pretty interesting that we both grew up in these really beautiful, small, you know, coastal agricultural areas, and we both had this background in wine country. Andrea's uncle in New Zealand was actually a wine grape grower. I grew up around, you know, family wineries and winemakers, and we were like, yeah, we were kind of like, I think this might be like, you know, written in the stars for us. This might be a thing. You know, what are the chances that we both have this background? We both love wine. We both really appreciate agriculture, grape growing, and winemaking. And it didn't take us very long. It took us just a few years to figure out that this is our calling and for us to start our wine business.
Well, and that's the thing, when you feel like there's that kind of divine path and divine hand, you kind of have to do what the divine tells us, right? Like, I imagine, Andréa, you kind of like, well, we can't not do it.
Not optional.
Now, by the way, not optimal. It doesn't mean there's not going to be challenges along the way. I imagine there was great learning curves and great challenges of launching what is now, dare I say, an empire.
We'll take that. We'll accept empire.
Yeah. I mean, and if I frame it up, it's, we had a lot of ambition, we had a lot of passion. The problem being that we actually at the time didn't know how to make wine.
Oh yeah, that's a bit of an issue.
For a pretty capital intensive business, we didn't really have any money. So two pretty big things to try and solve for and overcome. But I think that the thing that has always grounded us has been our mission. And that's what gets you through the challenges and the hard days. And, you just keep this mindset of one foot in front of the other. And for us, our purpose is we really wanted to be able to make wine accessible to everybody.
Yeah.
And we've, since now, 16 years into the business, that mission was to transform the industry, to lead by example, and to cultivate community, one delicious glass of wine at a time.
Breaking down barriers. Almost half of your employees are people of color. 85% are women. You're not just talking about it, Robin. You're doing it.
We're walking the walk. We absolutely believe that, our mission is to lead by example. And our industry, along with other industries, have a long way to go in terms of diversity, racial and gender diversity. And, we're here to uplift those who are interested and love wine and the industry and the profession as much as we do, and really help to change what has been a little bit of a stagnant industry. Wine has a beautiful history, a long history, but it's got a long way to go in terms of, making it representative of the wine drinkers and the community.
Can we talk about the banner behind Andrea? Because American Winery of the Year distinction, that not only are you trying to do this, you're working very hard, it's turning to be commercially successful, but then to get this recognition. Talk about what that means. Talk about where that sits, where that lands on your heart.
Honestly feels so surreal, and it really has taken a village. We were these two young Black women with this crazy ambition and dream and drive and really strong purpose. And we're just so humbled to be in the presence of other nominated wineries, really, really prestigious wineries historically in previous years and this year for 2021. But, all kudos to the village that has supported these two crazy sisters and on our journey. And it really is a family and village award. And we're just so we're still a little bit shocked.
I'm sure.
We're pretty blown away.
I bet you are. I bet you are.
We
Well,
are.
look, I secretly am just trying to be one of the McBride sisters. I think there's room for a third. We can be a trio.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
I've got the hair for it. But I made sure to swing by the liquor store, and I made sure to pick up a bottle of the Black Girl Magic.
Thank you.
Black Girl Magic Rosé. And I also gave a bottle to my my sister anchor over here, Brooke, because I figured that she, experiences that Black Girl Magic every day too.
Yes.
So enjoy that, Brooke. This is just a nice treat for both of us. It matters. Representation matters. So know that you are with every sip, you two, Andrea, Robin. We're feeling the story. We're feeling the significance of it. We feel the passion you're putting into it. I wish you nothing but continued success. It's wonderful to reconnect with the both of you, and can't wait to see more.
Thank
you so much, Michaela.
Good to see you.
Okay.
Yes.
Big hugs. And just a tip, you can go to their website, McBrideSisters.com, if you want to find out more about their story, about all that they've got going on. They've got the She Can Fund supporting other professional women, especially women of color. And Brooke, you don't have to drink it all in one go, by the way. Just a tip.
Do you know, Michaela, I've had this before.
Oh, it's delicious, honey.
This is great.
It's
yeah,
delicious.
it's such a cool
Chill
story.
it up and go. Still to come.